Yo, right here in the small box.
I'm heating up, I'm trying to burn down Toronto. Better keep 6 feet space, this 6-side shit contagious. Money coming in, all I see is numbers, like I'm in the Matrix. We've been in the trap.
Record, locked in, we got my humble opinion. So, we might be having a radio RICO. A radio RICO is insane, if I'm going to be completely honest. But I'm not necessarily surprised. But the issue behind this whole conversation is that people don't understand this has been going on for years, decades, to be honest. But they're trying to tie it to certain faces and certain situations and moments that's happening in music. And to be honest, if you're going to run with that narrative and you just joined the chat, please take a seat on the bleachers, because as far as I see it, you are a spectator. So that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Drake, Payola, and Radio RICO. Rory versus Akademiks Drama Unfolds, with my humble opinion. Listen, y'all do know how I start this, right? I just gotta let you know, you do know how I start this. So let's go ahead and get cracking, bro. Let's go. Yo, you, right here in the small box, Welcome back to Flex Mob Reactions, only on the Flex Mob Network. I'm Flex. Welcome back to the channel. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'm not surprised. I'm surprised. I'm pretty much in between with this whole thing. I'm more of a spectator myself because I want to learn more about what's going on, because I know some information, but it's not enough to really hold a conversation. So I want to sit back and listen. And as I go through this, I'm just going to pause just to get a better understanding, just to like check the temperature and just like gather the information. So I'm just sitting here learning something. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think about the video. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the reaction. Hit that notification bell so you get notified when I drop my videos or when I'm live like right now. And let's go. Let's get cracking, bro. What's good, Humble? How you feeling, bro?
So I think a lot of y'all probably already heard about these investigations into Payola. There was something that happened. I can't remember right now. I think it was overseas, about DJs, radio stations, people pay for play, et cetera, et cetera. Now, Rory, he's been talking about this lately, and he's also been talking about a pending investigation, or should I say RICO, that's going to be happening here in the U.S. against some of these radio stations. And now he's even saying he's seen the paperwork. That's what he's claiming. All right, so in this video, we're going to go over the clip of him talking about this with Maul. We'll also go over a clip of Akademiks reacting to this, because y'all already know those two factions got beef anyway. So Akademiks point some things out, and of course, they are kind of injecting Drake into this. Rory's trying to say, or insinuate at least, that Drake's been a part of this being initiated. Akademiks is saying that's not the case. It's a bunch of BS. He's calling cap on him. I'll give my thoughts about all this. I mean, I don't know if there is. I'm curious to know how Rory seen the paperwork, and there hasn't even been an announcement of the investigation. It's been seen. You would think.
I think Rory seeing the paperwork himself just kind of shows what side he's on with this whole Radio RICO situation, and it could get a little shaky for the new Rory and Mal podcast. I'm just saying.
I think this would be something big that they would keep close to the vest, but according to him, he's seen it and he's seen names. But let's get into it and talk about it.
I've been telling y'all that a RICO case was coming with radio.
Right.
We just skipped over that.
No, I mean, you didn't really want to speak on it.
Now.
You didn't really, you alluded to it. You kind of flirted with it, but we didn't really go into it.
I wanted to wait for the full report to actually come out.
Okay.
And it's gonna be a long day for some of you guys.
How long of a day?
I got a glance at some of that paperwork. There's some crazy fucking names in there.
It is.
Like, I know a lot of y'all government names now. I felt like Whack 100. Like, I was having a paperwork party. I was like, they was in on it too?
Yeah, see, okay, I understand getting paperwork after a case has maybe been filed, but how do you get RICO paperwork for something this big, like this would be on a government level, you would think, right? I don't know for sure, but you would think, talking about radio stations, and that's pretty high level stuff. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm a little incredulous at this point. I could be wrong, and when it come out, and if it happened, if he's right, he's right.
Hey, Tiff, how you feeling? Good to see you again. Hope you're doing all right. Hope you're feeling better. Welcome back.
Right. I always tell you I reserve my right to change my mind when it comes to shit. But I'm wondering how Rory got to see it. That's what I'm wondering. You would think if he know, wouldn't that make it easier for the people involved who are going to end up being named in this to know? They could flee, anything like that. I don't know. It just don't make sense. But
and wait, that's his real name?
But what does this mean though? Like for music?
I mean, I think it's not just with the radio companies. Obviously, iHeart, which we're on, being one of the biggest conglomerates of all time.
Stop right there. You're not the only ones on iHeart radio. The Breakfast Club, and that's a big one. The Breakfast Club is on iHeart Radio as well. And remember, iHeart Radio, if I'm correct, they got raided a while back. So that's a whole other thing. But I think they got raided because of the whole Diddy situation. But what if during that raid, there was certain paperwork, certain files that they got a hold of, and they were investigating for a potential RICO on iHeart Radio for us to be here today to sit back and witness this? The radio stations might get raided. Just think about that. That's kind of crazy.
I can speak for myself. I've definitely taken payola. So, I mean, we may end up being in this case as well. Like, all our opinions up here are bought.
Whoa, hold on. Say that for me again, please.
It's of all time. I can speak for myself. I've definitely taken payola. So, I mean, we may end up being in this case as well. Like, all our opinions up here are bought. They pay us for them, which is directly funneled through iHeart, so we can get a tax break. So we will probably be on that stand as well. Cuffed to DJ.
Is that a joke? No. Hold on. I need to hear that again, please. I'm my brain, it takes a while for me to process. Just help me understand what's going on. Did you just admit?
Obviously, iHeart, which we're on, being one of the biggest conglomerates of all time. I can speak for myself. I've definitely taken payola. So, I mean, we may end up being in this case as well. Like, all our opinions up here are bought. They pay us for them, which is directly funneled through iHeart, so we can get a tax break. So we will probably be on that stand as well. Cuffed to DJ.
Who? No. Cuff to who? Cuff to who?
Stand as well. Cuffed to DJ. Never mind.
No, get into your bag. Don't say never mind now. You there. Don't walk it back. He's just
Shannon Sharp. Like, whoa. That's got to be a joke. That's got to be. I'm sorry. Me personally, I think that's a joke. I think there's no way you're going to sit on your big platform that you guys have been working on and say you've taken payola, so you may be on this RICO. No. One more time, please. One more time.
The radio companies, obviously iHeart, which we're on, being one of the biggest conglomerates of all time. I can speak for myself. I've definitely taken payola. So, I mean, we may end up being in this case as well. Like,
is this a joke?
Like, all our opinions up here are bought. They pay us for them, which is directly funneled through iHeart, so we can get a tax break. So we will probably be on that stand as well. Cuffed to DJ.
No. What name is that?
Probably be on that stand as well. Cuffed to DJ. Never mind.
Who is that?
No, get into your bag. Don't say never mind.
DJ who?
Now you there. Don't walk it back.
Please just bleep the name.
Go.
Did he just say DJ Head?
Cuffed to DJ.
Envy or Head? Let me see.
So we will probably be on that stand as well. Cuffed to DJ.
I don't know. It's hard to tell. I'm trying to read his lips. It almost seemed like he said DJ Head, but then it seemed like there was an extra V at the end of it. I don't know. Either way, I feel like he might be.
No. That's what we about to do.
DJ. So we
hold on. I'm just gonna do some investigating because I need a better understanding. Because there's no way. What name did you say? I'm trying to read his lips.
We'll probably be on that stand as well. Cuffed to DJ.
I don't know. It's hard to tell. I'm trying to read his lips. It almost seemed like he said DJ Head, but then it's
no. DJ Envy. DJ Envy. Nah, that's DJ Envy. I don't know how you get a one syllable word from that. That's 2 syllables. It's a DJ Envy. That's DJ. What is going on?
It seemed like there was an extra V at the end of it. I don't know. Either way, I feel like he might be. He's probably being facetious right now. I don't think he's being serious, but
never mind.
No, get into your bag. Don't say never mind now. You there? Don't walk it back.
Just bleep the name. Go. I'm joking. I'm not here to indict anyone, but yes, the RICO, from my understanding, is labels not only just doing payola, which for those people that don't know, payola is when companies or people will pay DJs or radio executives, or they can pay the janitor at the radio station, give them money so that someone can play a record. Now, payola's been around since the inception of radio. That's why it's illegal, because they had to monitor it. We've known that's been going on. The bigger part of this Radio RICO shit is the money laundering portion of it, which is an extreme version of what payola would be. Mm-hmm. Funneling a bunch of money into radio so a record can continue to play, yes, payola. But then when the radio station is setting the price higher than anyone else to funnel it back to the label, now you are by definition laundering money.
Right.
You're putting money out, it's getting clean, no taxes there, and then it's coming back to you as a profit.
Yeah.
That is money laundering.
Absolutely.
So yeah, this isn't just low like, a DJ. Some guy from East New York was hanging outside the Hot 97 office with a brown paper bag and was like, yo, my man's rap. Here's 20K.
No, this is not
it's not Hove, Dame, and your brother giving Flex champagne baskets or everyone at the radio station.
Right.
It's not labels paying for DJ crews to go to the Caribbean. Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Don't just drop DJ Funk Flex don't just drop Funk Flex like that. Especially since he has a little certain situation going on over there with him and DJ Enough. Whoa, buddy. And who was Funk Flex talking to for him to make decisions like that? Those are the kind of people that you need to really think about. Because what we're talking about in this moment, and I'm keeping it all the way alleged because sometimes I just don't know what I'm talking about. Keep in mind, if we're going to be talking about money laundering like that, this is like money laundering with like corporate people in a sense. And when you look at it like that, especially for these major record labels, things can get nasty. But like I said, keep it alleged because what am I talking about? I don't know.
This is legitimately a RICO money laundering situation between the 3 major labels and the biggest radio conglomerate in the world, plus MS, plus any other radio station across the country.
Right.
And guys, iHeart, I know you're watching. I think you're innocent.
Okay. Well, we're going to see.
I think iHeart's trying to buy NBC, something along those lines. iHeart, I'm here to stand with you. I don't think you guys are guilty. I could never see a world where Universal, Warner, or Sony would ever be in bed with iHeartMedia. I don't see a world where that happens.
Well, of course he's gonna say that. You know what I mean? If he on their platform, but I guess that would be kind of crazy. Now, just listening to this, and this isn't the first time I heard this. This is way beyond any artist, right? This is beyond that. But also, this still, if we bring it back down to the micro, we ain't gonna look at it from a macro perspective, just to the micro. We know that if they're doing this, or had they been doing this, who's going to benefit the most, right? The biggest artist. Who's one of the biggest artists? Drake. So, I mean, they by default, you got to think if this is true.
But hold on a second, though, because, yes, Aubrey Graham, for sure. But he's not the only one. And on top of that, don't just look at rap. Look at pop. A lot of pop music today is very questionable because it's not even that good, if I'm going to be completely honest. But the one thing that makes music kind of twisted is if you play the same song for the masses over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And I'm speaking radio because I got a point for that when it comes to radio later. But when you do that all the time, that's almost like you're trying to convince people, oh, no, this song is good. You just don't see it yet. That's what goes on with radio. But the problem with radio is that nobody listens to radio. So the thing about this whole Radio RICO is that, cool, yes, payola, all that jazz, money laundering, yes, that definitely makes sense. Issue is, who's really listening to the radio like that nowadays when you have DSPs? Your DSPs are to do radio because you can literally go on your Spotify and it will give you a playlist. Spotify will make playlists based on the music that you like. And they're going to get their algorithms to group that music together and feed it to you as playlist number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. That's the new radio. On DSPs, Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, etc. SoundCloud. The list goes on. So, yes, what's going on with the whole RICO situation, that's concerning. But we're still talking about radio here, bruh. I don't turn on the radio. When I drive, I don't turn on the radio. I am Bluetooth connected to the radio so I can play songs off my phone because I don't want to hear commercials when I listen to music. That's just me personally.
True. And there's some paperwork that starts coming out and they're naming people. Like eventually we'll see what artists probably benefited from these schemes, right?
So just to have fun here based on something I said. So do you understand the red button a little more now?
Oh my goodness. Come on, nigga.
Wait, what?
Drake's lawsuit, I don't see a world where that happens.
So just to have fun here based on something I said. So do you understand the red button a little more now?
Yo, Drake fans, y'all got to stop moving the goalposts, bro.
Red button.
So now the red button. The red button.
The fictional red button. The same fictional red button that a lot of people are saying is not even real. The red button that they're assuming, they don't understand that that's the algorithm just doing its job. So when they say red button, like, oh, there's this one magical button that we press and then boom, we're going to take a mediocre regular song and make it into like the greatest song in the world because we're just going to keep giving it plays and streams over and over and over. Bro, that's not realistic, bro. That is not realistic. I don't believe in no red button, period.
But now is
that's
a RICO activity with all the radio stations in iHeart that they were laundering. But that's the red button now. Remember, the red button was dropped in the midst of a rap battle. Now, if Drake was already planning on snitching if he lost in the middle of a rap battle, that's even worse than sucker shit.
Bro, they brought back the red button. No, see, oh my God. The red button is like, it's fictional. It's almost like a metaphor in a sense. The red button, people's been talking about a red button for years upon years upon years. Getting it from industry executives. This came from the industry. Something like that, a term. That came from the industry. That didn't come from the people. Now watch this now, because this is how they get you. When they say, oh, I'm about to push the red button because this song that I have is going to fly. What you don't understand is by you saying you got a red button, you just put a target in a sense, a metaphorical target on your song or project, saying I'm about to push this button and everybody's going to know about me. Now you have people on Twitter, especially the people that don't got brain cells, to be like, oh, yo, hold on a second. I got to look out for this one. What day is this coming out? They be searching what day, what time, etc. And then they will sit there and wait for the project. And then they'll get the project and say, oh, nah, this is dope. You're not realizing that you just got played. That's how I know the red button is cap. You got played, bruh. You got played. The red button is a marketing strategy. And remember what I was talking about the other day when it comes to just not working with your emotions, but using your emotions. The red button is simply just they're saying, we got something that you might want to listen to, so wait around and tune in so you can check it out. And you're going to determine if it's good or not, but either way, they're getting the streams. It's basically you're gathering your audience with the red button terminology, or not the terminology, but the red button metaphor. It's an easy way to gather your audience, and that's twisted, but it's the industry because they're using your emotions to drive their sales. Y'all see the play right there? Oh, I got this red button, push. All of a sudden, everybody listen to it. Are you serious, man? No, you said I got a project and put red button in front of it to market it so you can bring in people to listen to your shit. That red button's not real. The red button is equivalent to saying, I double dog dare you as a child. Don't kill me. But it's similar. It's similar for real. Come on, lock in, play, bro.
That makes him look even worse than this. The red button ain't the loss, or the red button ain't all this if this is what happens.
Think about Iceman episode 3. They said they had a red button. Apparently, they use that red button, and this is how twisted it is, because this is where your emotions can really, you can use them to your advantage if you know how to market things correctly. They say they have a red button. Turns out the red button was a pump fake, because they said they have something that's going to shut down the internet, and it didn't do anything. Now you have all these eyes looking at episode 3, and nothing really happened for real. A couple songs got previewed. Some people talking about Doghouse as if it's going to do something. It's not going to do anything. But that's how they play you. Especially when it comes from a big artist. So whoever's out there talking about some red button, they're using you.
So you got nothing to do with that, bro. In the moment, Drake's red button was Family Matters. He thought that would end it all. He thought that would be the nuke, and it wasn't. Now all of a sudden,
I'm glad you brought up Family Matters. Watch this now. Watch how this is how you can prove my theory. Watch this. During the Family Matters moment, what did he do on Kai Cenat's stream? He texted him and told him, stay on stream. And what did Kai Cenat do? He showed it to his viewers. And how many people were watching? A whole lot of people. But in that same breath, this is how Kendrick's twisted. Kendrick said, oh, say less. You stay on stream? Okay. Let's see what you got, buddy. 20 minutes later. Upload. No, sorry. Publish. Meet the grams. He took the play. Kendrick Lamar took the play of preying on emotions and said, bet. I'm a piggyback off of what you did. Red button, go ahead and do it. I dare you. Drop it. He dropped it. That's it? Say less. Boop. Publish. Not no oh, I'm going to push the streams on this. Because nobody was talking about no streams with Meet the Grams. No, we're pressing the upload button. We're pressing the publish button. There's no red button. It's cap.
And this thing done morphed into the lawsuit, this, that, Kendrick proof that he beat on his girl. It done morphed into 1,000 different things, man. This is corny. See, this is the corny shit. Like, come on, Maul.
What's good, J Tom? We just learning about this little Radio Rico. Nothing too crazy.
Oh man, this ain't the red button, bro. The red button shit's over. That shit's dead, man. Can we start with the red button stuff already?
Oh, Drake's lawsuit certainly added to this.
Okay,
significantly. From my understanding, it was in play already, but with the lawsuit and people having to now show and reveal things because of the lawsuit, it certainly didn't help the labels or iHeart.
So what does this mean though for music moving forward? What does this mean for artists? What does this mean?
They'll find a fall guy and everything will be business as usual and they'll find a new way to do it.
Right.
It's like any other business. I'm not even mad at the labels or radio. This goes on in any genre business shit. If we want to come down on fucking iHeartMedia and Universal based off paying for some songs, go down to Wall Street and see what they do at Chase Bank. Like,
right.
Somebody's going to be a fault. No, they're going to find one person.
It's nothing new.
There's not going to be a settlement here. I just think the feds, which is ironic because there's so much going on in the world. I think the feds are kind of fucking bored and are just running wild with RICO. And
the feds are bored.
Yeah.
That's interesting. With so much going on.
Yeah. Like, listen, we were the first people up here to condemn Puff and believe.
All right, so that's it for that one. Now let's get to DJ Akademiks' response to what Rory just said.
This albino boy need to shut his fucking trap. He's capping. Listen, this is why I hate speaking on these things because, you know, Drake fans want me to give them.
What did he say?
This albino boy need to shut his fucking trap. He's capping. Listen, this is why I hate speaking on these things because, you know, Drake fans
Yo, this man is sick, fam. What's wrong with this guy?
Want me to give them the narrative that they could repost me a million times. I don't give a fuck if they repost me. I'm just going to be honest with what I think is the truth. The truth is this. This Radio Rico got nothing to do with Drake. Nothing. Okay? Now, has Drake's lawsuit made more eyes look at entities that are either fabricating, forcing, or allowing paid shit? Yes. Okay? But is it because here's the thing. Drake is one of the most beloved artists that gets the most play historically over the last 15 years on radio. Y'all can't sit here, and I know this is a Drake fans like fallacy here. We can't sit here and say the radio is catching a RICO when the most artists they've played is Drake. So basically, you're hurting your own point by saying they're getting RICO'd. So they
tell that to Maul, please. Tell that to that little boy Maul. Ridiculous. All he does is ride nuts.
When the most artists they've played is Drake. So basically, you're hurting your own point by saying they're getting RICO'd. So they got paid to play Drake. No, but you don't believe that, right? So the point is this. They're not doing it for Drake. Because Drake, unless Drake's an idiot, he wouldn't want radio to get RICO'd. And also, his plight isn't with radio, it's with bots, which is streaming. His plight is streaming. His fight is streaming, actually. Not plight, straight. Fight. His fight is with streaming. This idea of a red button, I think, honestly, and with all due respect to everybody involved, Mealy Mall, even with all due respect to my guy, What's the Dirt? I don't think there's a fucking red button. There's no red button to press. Drake is suing his label. And Drake also believed that streaming companies that he helped build are playing games with him at this point.
Well, at least he said it. And we all knew the same shit. The red button was fucking Family Matters. That's it. And then he got desperate and upset and went to the lawsuit.
The red button is a marketing strategy. The red button is a marketing strategy, and nobody on planet Earth can tell me otherwise. I don't care. It is a marketing strategy. And when you hear people talk about the red button and how they're like, oh, nah, it's real. It's real. I've witnessed it. Bro, they're only saying that to protect that strategy because that's one of the best strategies that work. The better the artist is in terms of just like talent, streams, etc., is the easier the whole red button strategy is going to work. The bigger the artist, the easier it's going to work. The weaker the artist, the harder the whole red button situation is going to work. That whole red button idea is used for high tier artists strictly, A tier and S tier. Because when they say that, specifically for rap too, they don't really use it in pop. They don't say that in pop. They don't really say that in R&B. It's mainly for rap. Which just goes to show you how in marketing today, they want to prey more on controversy than the actual music. Because they're doing anything and everything to do something else to push the music than actually push the music. So when it comes to an A tier, S tier act and they say, oh, I got this red button, maybe I should push it. Or they'll post like a red button meme with the dude sweating like, oh, shoot, do I press the button? I don't know. Next thing you know, everybody tuning in on Friday for the new project. First week sales up. Strategy, it's it.
But we talking
What's good, Mike? How you feeling?
about the same streaming companies he benefited from. So that's the thing. It's just like, dude, that's why it's one of the reasons why, not just why, but it's just not respectable at all. Because like Akademiks is saying right now, you've been the main beneficiary or one of the main beneficiaries of that system and way of doing business. Nobody's going to respect that now that you just been on a receiving end of being screwed, right?
I think those two things have valid points if he's going to try to pursue it legally. I think not defamation, though. I think defamation should go towards Kendrick. I've always said this. Sue Kendrick for defamation. You could sue UMG for illegal business practices if you feel they devalued you to offer you less money. That's valid. And if you want to get at the DSPs about you feeling like they're doing unfair shit as well, cool. When did we ever start talking about radio? When did radio start mattering? Drake fans, with all due respect, let's stay in reality. Don't get to K-Bot land, okay? Drake, nobody thinks that the reason why Not Like Us popped off was because of radio. I've never even heard it on the radio.
Thank you. Social media made Not Like Us pop. Not no radio. That's not how that work. It's cap. It's BS. Stop the cap. Simple. Like, let's be real right now. To J Tom's point, it's not necessarily to instigate. I wouldn't use the word instigate in that scenario. Because you're, in that sense, you're kind of assuming, oh, bro, come on, bro. Pull up. I got this project on me. What you got, bro? Lock in with us. This is going to be heavy. This is going to be fire. Y'all going to be playing this everywhere. I wouldn't say instigate. It's more, because you got to remember, business is business. Business is business. That's it. Business is business. Business is neutral. Business don't lean on sides. Business just walk. Because business wants more money. Business wants revenue. That's all it cares about, bro. That's all it's ever going to be. So when you have that in the back of your mind and now you look at this red button situation, it's doing exactly what it needs to do. And that's just to simply trick your mind. They tricking you with this. They playing on your emotions, what you feel in the moment. One of your favorite artists, if they talk about a red button, oh my God, are you serious? Say for example, Lil Baby, because I know for a fact with that little social media stunt that he has talking about he about to retire. Imagine if he talk about a red button, and then he drop a project. Do you understand what that finna do for his first week sales? and his overall sales, overall units sold, oh my God, it's gonna be like he never left because people been begging music from him.
Honestly, I don't listen to radio. So let's not try to grasp for straws and grab a fake win by just claiming that, oh no, the Radio RICO is coming because Drake pressed the red button. Drake wasn't even on beefing with radio. Drake hasn't given a fuck about radio.
What's good, Susie? How you feeling? Hope you're enjoying yourself today on this Friday, TGIF type vibe. Family Matters wasn't a red button. His red button was the censorship and the court system. No. I'd have to say something else in that, for that, sorry. Because like I said before when I was talking about Family Matters, when it comes to that, remember, he went on Kai Cenat's stream. Think about what I defined the red button as a marketing strategy. He went on Kai Cenat's stream, and what he texted him, stay on stream. From that moment, Kai Cenat showed that to his chat, to his fans, his viewers. Multiple viewers on that. And then when he showed the text, more people pull up. And then when it hit 12 and you saw Family Matters on YouTube, everyone's like, oh nah, he said he gonna do it and he did it. Let's go hear it. Let's go stream it. Everyone's like, oh, I knew Kendrick was a liar. I knew he was cap. I knew he wasn't a real nigga. 20 minutes later, meet the Grams. I will never forget that moment. And I was at work when that happened too. Bro. When y'all over here on the Flex Mind Network, we're going to talk about that business. We're going to talk about the behind the scenes. We're going to talk about how things are going about, how things are working based on the knowledge that I have. And we're going to get to the real mess of this. I'm keeping it business, and business is business. That red button is a marketing strategy, brother.
Radio.
Well, wasn't they just complaining about that, though? Because of the way they changed the charting on Billboard and not counting radio plays, and Drake making that post on IG about he going to get his number one way or another. I mean, look, at the end of the day, the Drake stand, he talking about K-Boss. A lot of this is Drake stands, and then they'll try to find any way to spin something. Remember, they just went through this whole red button shit on the Iceman 3 string.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Only to come out the other end looking dumb as hell. So I get what he said.
Iceman 3, remember, they got What's the Dirt to say, oh, this is going to be a big one. What's the Dirt sat there like, yeah, I'm never going to listen to them again. I think in that sense, for Iceman 3, of course it's outside of radio, but that could be a payola situation too. Yo, I'll give you this much, just post this for us, and just hype it up a little bit, and you're going to get your payment. Easy money, right? Let's do it. Boom. Just like that. Multiple platforms. Red button, red button, red button. Pump fake.
But that's not been the narrative even coming from Drake and his camp.
Damn, I want a salad.
So one of the reasons it's being pushed, because What's the Dirt just said it. I was told something else. Remember, he was mad about the Iceman 3 string because he said that Drake's camp told him something. It was going to shake the industry. So that's the propaganda and narrative coming from Drake himself. It ain't just the fault of, even the Drake stands and shit that's pushing it. They're pushing it because he's putting it out there like that.
You know what Drake cares about is the places he goes to. Streams, streamers. Yes, I think he believes that Kendrick used bots on stream. But let's not claim any legal action about it happen is Drake influence or that's Drake pushing the button. Let's relax. Radio been corrupt for a while. There seems to be trying to start some crackdown. If you want to give Drake the visibility or the credit of maybe raising visibility among these issues, I guess so. But if you think this is directly related to or Drake is forcing the hand of the federal government to investigate radio, I think you're full of shit, and I think you're delusional, and I think you're dumb. If you believe Drake's lawsuit is the reason this is happening, I think you're stupid. I'm sorry. Also, the most played artist on urban radio for the last 15 years, add them all up, is going to be Drake. So, yeah, I just want to say this to Drake fans. I got to find an argument that is waterproof. This is not waterproof. This has a lot of holes. Nah, Drake pressed the red button. And Millie Ball, like, you even saying this, like, they're looking at you as a credible source for Drake now. You even saying this bullshit is the reason why some of this shit exists. Like, come on, dog.
Yeah, it's funny.
But Akademiks, you're the biggest reason why actually these things exist. These terms, these ideas, this narrative. You pioneered all of this. Mal over there from New Rory and Mal. He's just one of your sons. You the father of this nonsense. You ever sit there and think of that? You birthed this. You. With your stream.
Hey, the only reason he calling it out because he don't like them dudes. He definitely don't like Mal. It's funny sometimes, man, to hear them speak sense, but then in the next breath say some total bullshit.
Come on, bro. And even then, you wouldn't even want to, like, I know Drake ain't a street rapper, but Drake don't like nobody say he's telling. That would be telling. Oh, Drake told the feds to go run up in these buildings. Huh? But even, bro, this is like so much mental gymnastics. This got nothing to do with motherfucking Drake. Maybe Drake sued Spotify. Maybe.
Well, it might not have anything to do with Drake as far as him initiating it and being a part of it, which that's debatable. I feel like Drake's a scorned lover at this point. He'd do anything. By that, I'm just saying, like, figuratively between him and UMG and shit. But also, it could have involved him if he's been the recipient and it comes out. Like, that's going to, at the very least, put some asterisks by his success and the success of some of his songs if it comes out that he's been a huge recipient of this payola / money laundering scheme to get his stuff to be played so much. And I know Akademiks is making that distinction between radio and streaming. But do you think that he would be the beneficiary of just that in streaming and not radio and vice versa? No, man, it goes hand in hand.
Drake sued Apple Music, but Drake's been talking about streams. He ain't never been talking about radio play. Now, granted, is it probably part of a silent play? Maybe, because he's getting robbed from number ones by not having airplay recently. And I ain't gonna lie, he hasn't gotten mad.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. See, that's now you crossing the line right now. You got to bring it back onto the regular side because now you stepping into the wilderness right now, bro. You capping out your mouth heavy. Bring it back. That's not a good look for you, my boy. I'm going to tell you that right now. Don't keep walking that tightrope.
Airplay recently. He hasn't. I don't know why. But I thought it was because he was focused on streaming. Drake doesn't use a team. Drake just drops music. So, yeah.
Whoa. Run that back for me.
And I ain't going to lie. He hasn't gotten mad airplay recently. He hasn't. I don't know why. But I thought it was because he was focused on streaming. Drake doesn't use a team.
Drake ain't got no team? Now, this is from Akademiks, so I don't know if it's true. But, brother.
I don't know why. But I thought it was because he was focused on streaming. Drake doesn't use a team.
Really? Really? Because we didn't know this. Be so for real right now, bro. Be so for real right now. And I've been clocked it from time. Because with the movements that you are making, and I say this every time, don't make me put on my executive cap. When I put that on, I'm a different person. The moves that he was making in every moment that he had potential to seize in, you keep fumbling at every avenue. And it's getting tired, bruh. It's kind of getting sad. You, for being the person that you are, you have to have a team if you want to remain that guy. If you want to be that person. I'm talking about him specifically. Because we know how he was raised. All of us on YouTube, all of us in the hip-hop community, we know exactly how this man was raised. We don't need to say it, but you know. We all know. So for you to come around and say you ain't got no team, yo, let me tell you something. I ain't gonna lie, if I was on his team and he was gonna drop some sexy songs for you, bro, that would have been a 12-pack. You put way too many songs out. Bro, you really think that you can pull off something other artists can flawlessly execute, and that's just mindlessly drop music and your fans gonna love it? You are not Chris Brown. You are not a Breezyite or Breezy whatever. You're not a Breezy fan. You're not one of them. You can't do that, especially now. You got exposed. You walking around as if, let me not say that. Look, all I'm saying is you got fully exposed, bro. This is a time where you need to lock in. Looking at Iceman now, that kind of confirms. And with this confirmation, you ain't got no team. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, bro. You ain't got no team. My God. And what was I asking for? For him to put a team together so he can fix himself up. Oh, my goodness. No team is crazy. No team is insane. At your level, that's the one thing you need. You need people around you like that for a team. Instead, you surround yourself with yes men. Like Young Thug. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
Drake just drops music. So, yeah, he gets the streams. But to get a number one record, you're going to have to hire a radio team to work the record. He doesn't do it no more. That's why his records don't get a lot of airplay. And radio's been pay to play for a while. So when you stop paying radio, they're like, all right, we'll play you sometimes, but not all the time.
Well, part of it got to do with the quality, too.
Somebody said, I'm flipping on Drizzy. No, I'm not.
Who said that?
Drake never.
Who said that?
Somebody said, I'm flipping on Drizzy. No, I'm not. Drake never said, this is the red button. Drake never said, I am.
But yo, Akademiks, if I'm going to keep it a stack with you, bro, the same people that are sitting there saying, oh, you're turning on Drizzy is crazy. You got to understand, those same fans that are saying that to you, knowing that you are growing and evolving at the slow rate that you're growing at, you birthed them. They're your sons and daughters in your chat. The same ones that are tuning in to listen to you. Those are your sons and daughters. They've been learning from you for years. You produced this, especially in a society where they really don't want to do research at all. They just want to sit back and somebody do the research for them instead of them doing it for themselves. You birthed those kind of people in this society that we are in. And now they're looking at you like, bro, what are you even talking about right now? I thought you were Drake's #1 fan. It looks like you're just turning on him. Ain't it crazy, bro? Oh, you can't make this up.
Gonna influence.
Again, I don't want to agree with that because it's been shown that information has come from his camp insinuating different red buttons, right? Or the red button is different things at different times up until this last time with the last Iceman 3 stream. And while What's the Dirt is not necessarily a credible source for a lot of things, I really don't have no reason to believe that he did not truly expect for something to be said or done in that stream because of what was told to him by Drake's camp, seeing how he's been in cahoots with them for so long, right? He seemed genuinely upset about that. So, and I haven't really seen anyone come out to contradict it, but, you know, take that for what you will.
It's a Radio RICO. It's y'all fans that are saying it. Y'all fans are coming up with theories to support these kind of cuckoo, and y'all do it on both sides, Drake and Kendrick, cuckoo agendas, thinking that everything has to do with Drake. No, it don't. Radio been corrupt.
But Akademiks, you made that conversation. You've made that idea be a conversation because of the things that you said, whether if you're lit or not. Flex, that's such a scary statement. I wasn't prepared for Father Act, but that's the reality, bro. That's the reality behind it. And I'm just speaking like facts. I'm not sitting here being woke in any kind of way. I'm just using my mind to decipher the behind the scenes. So if what I'm saying is hurting your heart, exit left, because that's not what I'm finna do. I'm not trying to dim that down. You crazy? We locked in.
However, an argument could be made through his corruption. It's only helped Drake, not hurt him.
Exactly.
Helped him, not hurt him.
Right.
So what are we talking about? Again, look at the lawsuit. The lawsuit talks about mainly streaming. Now it does talk somewhat about radio play. And yes, he did subpoena or try to subpoena iHeart. But generally his beef is with bots. Drake's beef is you allowed a song to go out that defamed me. Y'all all promoted it. And then these people have been allowing bots. We're not talking about radio stations. I'm on Team Kendrick. Bro, I'm called on Team Truth. I done told y'all.
Now? You're kind of late for that, my guy. I'm not going to lie. Kendrick
does a lot of the shit that Drake does. Like why y'all act? There's no good and bad. Like, what's up with y'all? It's about K-Bot getting unusual plays, huh? Honestly, I think the radio stuff, I think it stems from not even Power 105. I think it stems from what I've heard.
All right, he's kind of just going back and forth with the chat. We're gonna end that right there, but apparently Maul has seen this paperwork, or not Maul, Rory. Seemed like Maul was saying he's seen it too. Rory claims to have seen names of people involved that he know. Who knows, man? We'll see. I honestly I wasn't really following this, so I forgot all about this even being a thing. Now, Rory's trying to say Drake's a part of it, at least as far as getting it started. Akademiks called cap and actually spoke some truthful things that make sense. The only thing is, even when it comes to Kendrick fans, there's some stands out there that be getting on some crazy stuff, but they're not the ones making up these narratives. Like, there's really no narrative that needs to be made up about Kendrick right now. What narrative is there? There's nothing being made up. If anything, they're just championing their guy and gloating a whole lot. I mean, like, what are they really making up? What is the so-called K-bots making up about Kendrick right now? There's been no proof at all of any DV happening. So, I mean, there's nothing being made up on that side. It's all been on the other side. And the source of a lot of it has been Drake himself. So that's where it's coming from, Drake. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section below, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I'll check y'all in the next one.
Kendrick Lamar has Drake fans in the ultimate checkmate known to man. Anytime Drake fans talk about Kendrick, of course, it's going to be in a negative light because they don't believe Drake should have lost. Cool. The reality is that he lost, period. There's no ifs, there's no ands, there's no buts. It's a period. But watch this now. Because of their high emotions and how they can't keep said emotions in check, when they speak with rage, anger, and confusion. You're sporadic. But remember, when it comes to promoting, regardless if it's positive or negative, you're promoting somebody. And the more that you keep Kendrick Lamar's name in your mouth is the more you're promoting that man, which is going to drive the streams. So when it comes to the whole stream situation, that is just natural. That's naturally growing. Let's keep it a stack. It's naturally growing. The more y'all speak is the more I want to go and listen to some Kendrick. Maybe I want to listen to Euphoria today because these dudes won't shut up. If y'all kept y'all mouth shut, watch what would happen to Kendrick. You will have your king again, but because y'all can't close y'all mouths and humble yourselves, look at y'all. That's crazy, ain't it? That's why it's the ultimate checkmate, because y'all won't shut up about it. Now look at you, sitting there used. It's ridiculous. What's good? Yo, Cousin B, how you feeling, bro? How you feeling, bro? We just talking about this little radio RICO, nothing too crazy, bro. But when it comes to the whole RICO situation, the whole Payola situation, that's been happening. That's been happening for decades upon decades. I ain't gonna lie, that's been a thing. So for them to think about doing something now, I'm kind of shocked. Because I don't think you guys are going to ever find anything, if I'm going to be completely honest. And don't even get me started on that red button again, because like I said throughout this video, the red button is a marketing strategy to convince people to go and listen to a project, whether if it's a single EP or an album. They use that red button idea to push something. Look at all the variables and examples that follows that. The Kai Cenat, stay on stream. What's the dirt? Putting out a post about Iceman episode 3 being like a red button kind of situation. Cap. That red button don't exist. The reason why it's still a thing is because the industry wants to make sure that they can continue to utilize a simple and easy marketing strategy. Remember, in the industry, they don't want to work like that no more. They're trying to minimize their work ethic or their workload and maximize their profit. Work less, make more. That's their motto, damn near. That's all they want to do. So for anybody that likes business or wants to be a part of the music business, you got to come to them with an idea where it's like, you can sit back on your chair and you can make this much amount of money from me. A little free game, nothing too crazy. That was a wonderful video by my humble opinion. Something good to listen to for today. Listen, when you come over here, I'm going to talk my talk, man. I'm going to talk my talk. I'm going to have some fun when I do it. Don't get it twisted. We about to get into some music right now. It's been a while since I played some music, especially from Canada. But we about to get into some music just now. But understand, these moments matter. These moments are necessary. These moments are learning periods. These are learning moments for us. Because now we can look at things differently. Do you understand how much the industry will change if you're educated? Think about that. The more that y'all are educated is the more likely the industry is going to change. Just think about that for a second. The more that y'all know is the more sly, the more work they got to put in, and the more creative they need to be so they can remain in power. Basically what I'm saying is that by educating yourselves, you're forcing them to do work when they don't want to do it. Just think about that. So that, damn, an hour? Oh my God, I just can't stop talking, bro. Jesus. What do I do? And I was like, what, a 26 or 24 minute video? Bro, someone play that song. I can't stop.
I don't live in present tense, so just over a Daytona. Girl, my life been like a kid drama. Walking to.
Bye, have a beautiful time.